Greetings fellow earthlings and welcome to part 2 of this Medieval 2 Crusades campaign, where we're doing an AI only and just watching them, a bit like a time-lapse but a little bit different. Also, my style of videos in this series is more edited, like it's got a lot of gaps. I personally like it. It means it's not going to be a 10 episode series and it's going to be 4 episodes instead, each episode showing 50 turns. I think it's better this way. But then again, I haven't uploaded it yet, so it could be an absolute disaster, I don't know. But I'm liking it so far. The Kingdom of Jerusalem has taken a very big hit, and actually they're under siege again. They're probably going to be down to 1 settlement by the end of this video. Well, actually, by the end of this term they're going to be down to 1 settlement. By the end of this video they're going to be gone. Turkey, they were doing very well, as we saw in their statistics at the end of last episode, but they've taken a few hits. Yeah, Kingdom of Jerusalem down to 1 settlement now. Turkey have taken a few hits and now all of a sudden the Mongols are coming in as well. The Mongols haven't actually started, oh yeah, they've just moved now. I was going to say they haven't started moving yet, I was thinking they were a little bit bugged. But then, yeah, here we go, all the armies are here and they are sieging Kermanshah. With quite a lot of soldiers as well, so they don't definitely do a lot of damage to the Turks. War has been declared between the Mongols and the Turks, obviously, and a jihad has been called on Constantinople, which is actually occupied by Venice right now, because Venetian Crusaders came in, but all they did was actually attack Byzantium, which, yeah, that didn't go down well for Byzantium. I guess it went well for Venice, but yeah, they've now got the Turks and the Egyptians coming for them. Meanwhile, Antioch seem to be having a good game. They're sieging more rebel settlements in the mountains up here, just trying to make some more gains. You know, Antioch are doing well. They're probably, I would say, the second favourites right now. I don't know. Egypt are probably winning. Well, if things keep going in the rate they are, I think Egypt will win, Antioch second. But who knows, like, there's time for stuff to change, who knows what's going to happen. It seems like Egypt and Venice are at war, and Turks and Venice are at war, so both have agreed to go and take Constantinople. The Mongols did manage to sack this settlement here, and of course they changed it to rebel as they do in vanilla Medieval 2 Total War. It's going to be interesting to see how much they do actually sack, and where they find their first capital. They could... Yeah, if these Mongols get a good capital like in Baghdad or something, they could become really powerful. Or maybe not, maybe it's too late, because there's only 200 turns in this campaign, so... Yeah, maybe they might just not have enough time in the end to actually win. And actually I was wrong looking at it. Kingdom of Jerusalem does have a second settlement, they also have Tripoli as well. Both are quite well defended if I bring this army back into the city. Antioch's trying to take this castle here. Yeah, so we're probably going to last a little bit longer than I first thought, but I don't think we're going to make it to the end of this episode. I think they'll be dead by then. And Antioch, yes, they did take it, so they're doing very well right now, Antioch. The last few turns have gone quite well for them. They managed to take the castle of Baalbek, and it'd be interesting to see where we're going next. Oh, they actually took Rak as well. I remember talking about this since the start of the video, when I forgot about it, maybe. I don't know, like, did they take this ages ago or has it just happened? Oh, they took this one as well. Yeah, actually I'm very impressed with Antioch. I'm a sieging Mosul, they're sieging this rebel settlement here. Oh, they're sieging Tbilisi as well. Antioch are doing well, they're having a very good game right now. Yeah, and Byzantium also taking their... also trying to take some of the Turks down. They actually lost, well, the Turks lost Caesarea to Byzantium as well. Not looking good for the Turks, but Byzantium starting to, you know, start going somewhere again. They lost their capital ages ago, and, you know, that's going to further set them back, and we're probably not going to win just because of that. But Antioch, yeah, definitely doing well. And Egypt. There's a random fort here, not the most strategic location, but whatever. Out of all the places to place a fort, with all these mountains, all these choke points, these rivers, you choose here. It's not even on the road. Come on AI, you're better than that. Well, the Turks have a new warrior, apparently. That should probably help them out, but, you know, the Turks are starting to struggle a little bit now. I doubt it. Venice and the Turks have signed peace. Oh, interesting. So the Turks have actually abandoned their jihad mission. But Egypt are still going with this big army here, as you can see. And Byzantium and Venice have also signed peace. So it seems like Venice are just trying to sign some peace treaties and maybe build an army for later. Or preparing for this army, like building a defence. I don't know yet. Antioch took Tabriz. And it seems like the Mongols are... Ooh, Antioch took Tbilisi as well. Ah, good for them. And it seems like the Mongols are going for Baghdad as well. That seems like their direction right now. If the Turks lose a capital, then that's going to be really bad. And they've also lost this settlement as well to Byzantium. Yeah, everything's going downhill for the Turks. Osman has arrived, so a Turkish hero. Might be a little bit too late. It'd be interesting to see where he spawned in. If it's in Baghdad, he's probably just going to get killed immediately. I wish it'll tell me where he was. Here he is. What a lucky guess. So here is this Osman person. He's arrived. I don't think it's going to be enough. They'll definitely slow down Byzantium and Antioch from taking the settlements, but you know, just one army. They needed more than that to save them down here. And yes, Baghdad is under siege as well. So yeah, the Mongols might. I kind of hope they find it as a capital. That'll be a good capital for them, but they're probably going to sack it knowing the Mongols and just turn it to rebel. Yeah, they sacked it. So, yep, Mongols sacked Baghdad. Oh, what's this? There's quite a lot of writing here. It's just quoting some stuff. Okay, so yeah, they took that. I don't know where the new capital will move to. I'll have a very quick look for it. But it's Jerusalem. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I just thought how weird it would be so used to warfare for I guess 1,000 years, you know, like building walls and having armour, like that's how you win wars. But then all of a sudden it just goes with just one new invention. Wow, that would have been really weird for the people at the time, just to have it changed like that. That would have been. I guess it took a long time for it to actually get used on a widespread basis, so it gave them like 200 years to actually get used to it first, but still, that would have been weird. Anyway, it seems like we have some wars or something. Antioch and Venice have signed an alliance, and Egypt and Venice have signed a truce. So yeah, this jihad mission for Constantinople, it looks like that we were just about to take it. That Venice managed to get a lucky truce in there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to this army then. Does it just disappear, or I don't actually know. How will the AI? What will they do? Will they just leave it here and then restart it in a couple of turns, or will they just cancel the mission and go home? I guess, you know, you've walked all the way over here, then you might as well try and take it. I don't know what they're gonna do. Meanwhile, 60 turns into the game, this heretic here, he's still walking around and he can't get out of these mountains. There's no way out, if you remember him from episode 1. He's 45, he's probably going to die of old age. Yeah, he's probably going to die of old age before the game ends, but you know, let's see if we can keep him here until turn 200. That'll be funny. And every turn the Mongols move further and further west, although by the looks of them they're probably going to go north, because that's where they're looking. Yeah, where are they going to go? South and take this, west for Egypt, or north for these settlements? If I was the Mongols, I'd go north. I think, you know, follow this river here, that's where the money is, along this river. And then just lead it over here and then go to the coast, but, you know, let's see what the AI does. Egypt siege in Damascus, probably going to take that from Antioch. and the Kingdom of Jerusalem do still have their 2 settlements, so they're surviving longer than I thought, but I think eventually they will start to take them down. And by the way, Jerusalem, this is how you build a fort. That's where you build them. Right next to a road, no one can break through this way, and the only other way through is to go all the way around here. That's where you build a fort. Well done, AI. Well done. Yeah, I thought I saw that. I actually thought this was bugged at first, but looking at it now, there is actual water there. There's like 2 water zones, and they're both built mercenary cogs in them. In these 2 water regions here, it's just like some tiny lake, and they both went for well, Turkey went for 2 boats. Wow, that's interesting. And whoa, wow, this Alexandria just fell to rebels. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I don't know how Egypt managed to mess that up, but wow, did not expect to see that. It seems as if the Mongols have made their decision and they're now heading for Egypt. Yeah, Mongols and Egypt at war, that would make sense. Are the Turks also interested in reclaiming Baghdad? And the Turks have lost land to Antioch over here, which they could probably reclaim if they send all the troops for it, but no, but Byzantium's going to take this coastal settlement as well. And just checking the map, yeah, as soon as Byzantium take this settlement, which I'm 99% sure they will, Turkey will be landlocked. They'll have no connection to the water, and they'll be the only faction to have no connection with the water, because even Jerusalem has connection to water here. And I've just realised Jerusalem actually have a 3rd settlement. They took South Cyprus, so, and I doubt the AI is going to make it over here. So I think Jerusalem will make it to the end of this episode now that I've realised this. The Turks lost their final sea settlement here. They're now completely landlocked, and I don't think Egypt can do anything about Alexandria yet. They might have an army here they can send down, but yeah, that's a big blow for Egypt. They're going to start struggling if they can't take that. And a city like Alexandria as well, it's a very valuable one, I'm guessing. It's not one you want to lose. And with the Mongols coming for them as well, yeah, I'm actually really thinking Antioch are going to win this again, like they did in the time-lapse. Just because of how Turkey's just completely gone after losing a few settlements and their capital to the Mongols, and now the Mongols are going to take down Egypt. Jerusalem, they're gone. Byzantium, they're gone once Venice took their capital. They can definitely come back. They're definitely starting to take some settlements again. They've sorted themselves out, but the loss of their capital, it doesn't look good. And I don't like giving factions a win if they've lost their capital. Not only do the people of Alexandria have a rebellion to deal with and a bit of a civil war, they've now been hit by an earthquake. Good luck to the people of Alexandria. Yeah, that's not what you want. Friday the 13th. Weirdly, I always have good luck on Friday the 13th. I don't know, maybe Satan likes me or something, I don't know, but I always have good luck. Weird. The Turks and Venice are now at war, but Egypt and Venice have signed a truce. They must have declared war, and I missed it. Yeah, they've got a lot of armies around here surrounding Constantinople. Venice do have armies as well, but I think Venice should get wiped out here, especially if Egypt go back to war and get involved and try and retake Constantinople. Then yeah, Venice will get wiped out. Obviously, they've only got one settlement. That's obviously what's going to happen. Do they still have their army in here? Yeah, they've still got a massive army in here, just bugged. And Egypt lost a settlement. It got sacked by the Mongols, and yeah, the Mongols are done move on now. I don't know where, but yeah, we can basically go anywhere from this point here, right in the middle of the desert. And from out of nowhere, completely unexpected, the Turks have taken Constantinople. Well done, Turkey. I'm actually impressed with that. They hold the two most fought over places, Constantinople and Jerusalem. If these Mongols didn't come in, I think Turkey will be looking good. But these Mongols really, yeah, they messed with them. And they lost the capital as well because of it. It wasn't good, but gotta say I am impressed. Venice don't get wiped out, however. They become a horde faction, of course. Yeah, because of my mistake, I completely forgot. And war has been declared between Egypt and Venice. So it seems like the Egyptians are really wanting to get Venice wiped out now. You know, they don't want Venice in their land. Well, not their land, but on the map. Yeah, as I expected, Egypt can't do anything about the loss of Alexandria right now. I think they've just got to accept it and just try and survive, because these Mongols, they're heading for them again. And Antioch, you might want to stay away from those Mongols, just go back north. You don't want to deal with these. And weirdly, these Mongols have really helped the Kingdom of Jerusalem out, because Jerusalem should be dead by now. However, the Mongols destroyed the Turks and, with the help of some rebellions, have really done a lot of damage to the Egyptians as well. And more is to come. So, yeah, it's kind of saved Jerusalem a little bit, and that's why they're still alive, I think. If it wasn't for that, yeah, they'd probably been eaten up a long time ago. Oh, the people of Alexandria, it hasn't been their year. Wow. Another earthquake. Yeah, that's not good for them. Now, look, I guess luckily for Egypt, they haven't had to deal with 2 earthquakes. It's been the rebels who are dealing with it, but still, yeah, that's not something you want. It seems like Venice are trying one final attempt to make a comeback, and I think they could probably do it. They're sieging Constantinople right now, and they do outnumber their enemy, so they're probably going to take it from the Turks, which they'd have lost so much it'll be like really bad for them. But it'll definitely like put more damage on the Turks and help them. But yeah, I can't see Venice really doing anything now. I didn't really see Venice doing anything at the start. Yeah, I just never saw Venice as being in it in this game. In like an actual way where they'll have a winning chance. Former Egyptian and Turkish territories are now under attack by Antioch. So they're like the Mongols come through and they smash it all up, and then Antioch just takes the riches from it, I guess. Well played to Antioch. And also there's been a bit of a rebellion over here. Sinope has turned rebel. That's bad for Byzantium. It seems like Venice have not committed to the siege yet. Alexandria is still rebel, but Egypt, they're taking a look around, seeing what they can do, but I don't like Egypt's position. I think Egypt are done. I think Byzantium, I'm in a better position than Egypt. I think the Turks, yeah, I think the Turks are actually in a better position than Egypt right now, because at least the Turks, they're scattered around, so if they lose in one area, they've still got another area to make a comeback in later down the line. Probably not going to happen, but at least, you know, at least they can survive, whereas Egypt, they're all just in one blob, and when they lose that blob, they're out. They've got nothing left, so yeah, I think Egypt are in a very bad place. And interestingly, the Mongols, they're not bothered with the Kingdom of Jerusalem. They're happy to let them live in this castle. They want Egypt. They're going to tear down Egypt. It doesn't look good for Egypt, but yeah. And there we go. Venice managed to retake Constantinople, as you can see on the minimap. That's definitely, I guess, good for Venice, bad for Turkey. Turkey also have been kicked out of modern day Turkey. I keep calling them Turkey, they're the Turks. Sorry about that. Yeah, they've managed to finally lose. I think it was this one here, Corum, to Byzantium. Oh, and there's been a rebellion here. Antioch have lost Adana. Yeah, like a lot of the rebellions happening right now. And it seems like the Mongols, they want Jerusalem. Yeah, that's what they're clearly going for. And they're now going to move up north and try and take the coast, which could be very bad for Antioch, if they eventually get to them. Or they're going to go south and go for Egypt. I think the Mongols will be better off going south, and just like making sure that no one can come this way, so they're only fighting on one front. But it'd be interesting to see how the AI handle this. And now, with the Turks gone out of modern day Turkey, it's going to be interesting to see what happens between the Antioch-Byzantium alliance. Will it break and will they go to war to like fight for this bit of territory here? Or will they keep the alliance and just concentrate in other areas? It's really anything could happen. Hostilities, Venice and Egypt have signed peace, that's basically nothing. Especially when Egypt are going back home anyway. And yep, Jerusalem was lost and it became rebel. Be interesting to see if the Kingdom of Jerusalem can get back in there and reclaim it. Venice and Byzantium are at war. It seems like Byzantium are wanting to try and retake Constantinople. And, ooh, yes, as I said, I knew this was going to happen. It's how the AI works. Byzantium and Antioch have broken their alliances. I bet war's going to kick out between these two soon. Now the Turks have gone, we might as well war with each other. Also, it seems like the Mongols are moving further into Egypt, which I recommended them to do rather than go north. And Antioch are sieging Tyre, so it'd be interesting to see if that's going to fall. That will be good for Antioch. If they start, you know, like as I said before, taking what the Mongols leave behind and yeah, just become a super big empire as a result of that. And weirdly, I got a text from my mum about a couple of minutes ago. It says, do you have any swimming goggles? Do you have any swimming goggles? It's like the weirdest question I've ever had. Yeah, whatever, I just thought I'd point it out. Weird questions right now. I don't know, maybe she's going swimming, I don't know. But she's meant to be at work right now, so not really the time for swimming, I don't think. It seems like a disease has hit over here. Yeah, I'm getting disease warnings and stuff, so be interesting to see if this is just limited to this settlement or is it going to like expand a little bit more. Antioch are making quite a lot of good progress right now against Egypt. They took both the castle of Tyre and the city of Acre. I'm pronouncing all of these wrong, but oh well. I don't know, they might actually be right, I don't actually know. And Byzantium, they haven't really sent an army up here yet, but I'm sure they will do soon. I don't have a clue what the Mongols want. They've stripped past all this Egyptian territory. I think they're going for Cairo. Yeah, that's where they're going, and they're going to find the capital here, right here in Cairo. I bet that's what happens. You know, I've played this game so many times and watched so many AI onlys. That's what they do. That's what they're going to do. I bet that's it. Cairo is going to be their capital. Well, they have it under siege. Let's see if I'm right. But you know, let's be honest. I know I'm going to be right here. I'm always right. Can Egypt reclaim Jerusalem? Well, not reclaim. Well, maybe they did once have it in history. I don't know. I don't know much about the Crusades. It's not the part I study. But yeah, they actually managed to take Jerusalem. So it's gone from Jerusalem's hands to Turkish hands to, I guess, Mongols for a little bit, and then Rebels it's straight after. And then it's in Egypt right now. There we go. And yes, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. The Mongols did take Cairo, and they made it their capital. I'm just a genius. This genius brain here, it knows everything about this game at this point. And Egypt, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. So let's take a look at this. The Turks have lost their capital. The Kingdom of Jerusalem has lost their capital. Egypt has lost their capital. Byzantium have lost their capital. And apart from the two factions that spawn in Venice and Mongols aid at mail account, Antioch is the only faction right now to have kept their capital. And it's Aleppo. I thought it'd be Antioch. Oh well. That's actually surprised me. But yeah, they're the only ones who can win. Because the rule is, you can only win, doesn't matter how much territory you have, you can only win if you have your capital. Of course you can lose your capital and then reclaim it later on, and then still get the win. So yeah, but right now, Antioch is the only faction who can win. And I guess Mongols and Venice as well, I will count them in. But yeah, they don't have enough territory yet. So yeah, just an interesting thing right now. No one else can win if the game was to end right now. It would go to Antioch. Seems like the Turks, however, have reclaimed their capital of Baghdad. So now, all of a sudden, the Turks can also win, and everything I've just said is pointless. But, you know, for a time, it did actually mean quite a lot for all the factions. And Turkey have, like, unified into a blob now, so... yeah, the borders are looking a little bit better. But you know, I don't think it's gonna be good enough. And they haven't actually like changed Baghdad back into a capital, but it does still count as their capital for the rest of the game. So the Egyptians are trying to siege Alexandria. Their army is half the size of theirs if you look at the banner. Yeah, the Black Death, blah blah blah. But I don't think they're going to take it with this sized army. They might do, but yeah, I doubt it. And it seems like the Mongols are also they're actually just like moving around, like checking their borders, seeing where to go next. Yeah, hopefully the Mongols can actually start expanding, but they might like do something stupid and just yeah, just sit there for the rest of the game with Cairo and go, you know what, we've got one settlement, we're happy with that, and just do nothing with their armies. Even though they could quite easily take all of Egypt. But Egypt do have some soldiers down here. They've got like 2 stacks in the north. One here and then one here. So, you know, I could take out these 2 if I get lucky in one siege. Nah, I still probably don't lose it, but you know, there is a little bit of hope there for them, I guess. Antioch siege in Adana, they're wanting to reclaim that city for themselves before Byzantium get in there. Yeah, it's definitely like a Cold War situation starting to arise between Byzantium and Antioch. That's just the feel I get. And you can see Byzantium there, so close with a massive army. They were wanting it. You can just tell. This AI is getting too predictable. Byzantium looking to have a go at trying to retake Constantinople and their capital. The Egyptian army went rebel. They didn't even bother fighting it, they just went rebel. Also, the Black Death is in Alexandria right now. The people of Alexandria, they're not having a good time, I don't think. Byzantium do have a lot of armies here ready to take Constantinople, but you know, Venice do have a good defence, and yeah, it's done a bit difficult. I don't know if it's worth it for Byzantium. Well, I guess it is worth it to send all those armies and risk them all to take back the capital, but you know, it's done a bit difficult for them. And if Antioch declare war at the right time and just move in here, they could take quite a lot, because Byzantium, all of their armies are focused right here, ready to take Constantinople. The Turks did manage to take the settlement from Antioch, taking out quite a big chunk of the land, but still I think Antioch do have the advantage over the Turks right now. The Mongols have really slowed down. They're just, yeah, I think they actually are just happy with Cairo. They've got some armies here, but Egypt, they've given time for Egypt to regroup with their armies, and that's bad. Actually, Egypt, in a few more turns, if they keep building up their armies, they could have enough to bring down the Mongols, reclaim Cairo. They're going to lose a lot because they don't lose land up here whilst distracted down in the mainland, but still, they could reclaim it, I think, quite easily. if they focus on it. Same with Byzantium, if they focus on the capital, they can take it. And probably right now, because Egypt is so weak, especially here, even Jerusalem, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, if they focus on taking back the actual city of Jerusalem, their capital, or former capital, then I think they can do it. The Turks and the Mongols have signed peace. That means very little, because all the Mongols are all the way over here, and the Turks are all the way over here, so they're probably not going to fight for another at least 30 turns anyway, but still. It seems like the Mongols are more interested in taking Alexandria than the Egyptians. Well, at least the Mongols are still moving. They've got an army up here as well, which I didn't notice earlier. Unless it managed to just flank around quicker than I thought it could. There could be a big battle here, this could be interesting to watch. No, it looks like they didn't fight, so yeah, but they do seem interested in going for Alexandria. Anyway, that's turn 100 now, and the end of part 2. Overall, it's been definitely an interesting one. It got a bit quiet in the final 20 turns, not much happened, but when the Mongols just cut through Turkey and just completely destroyed them, set them back so long, like, I think Turkey just got set back about 30 or 40 years just by that, and then Egypt has definitely been set back basically to the start because of course, the loss of Alexandria, the loss of Cairo and other cities to the Egyptians, to the Mongols I mean, and of course the loss of these two coastal settlements here to Antioch. Antioch has gained the most. Byzantium hasn't done too bad as well. They've definitely done very well this episode. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens in the third and then the final one, which will be the fourth. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope to see you again in the third and the final episode. And goodbye.